So last time we did an awful race minigame.
Yeah.
Now let's do this awful jet barrel.
Again.
Yeah, because there's a lot more stuff to do with this jet barrel. Look, there's some bananas in there.
That's annoying.
And when you pass through there, a noise happens, but also I landed inside the ring, and if you land at any point with the jet barrel, you lose the jet barrel.
Why?
Because. So you need to pass through this ring several times, because passing through it once isn't enough. Fortunately, the second and third times, because you need to do it 3 times, I did not land in the ring. So I actually only had to reset the jet barrel once. And hey, there's a random condor.
Or is that a Necky?
No, that's a condor.
Are you sure?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Because we've never seen condors up till now in Donkey Kong. Why is it taking so freaking long?
Yeah, this is a very slow, unskippable cutscene.
Freedom.
Also, this is another thing that, I'm going to get control back in a moment, and holding A skips the rest of that text! So, he just said come back to the jet barrel to meet him. So I landed so I would stop burning through my coconuts while I waited for him to come to the fucking spot.
Oh, here you are, Diddy. I thought you got lost. What?
So, he wants me to follow him around the level and fly through all the rings he leaves behind to win a prize. He's not just gonna give me, you know, the prize.
For letting him out?
Yeah, absolutely not. Anyway, it took me a couple of tries just to get in the fucking barrel again, and then failed immediately. So, this took me a couple of tries to do, because if you wait too long, and he can't fly any slower, and we can't keep up, so we'll have to start again. Fortunately, they give you a try again prompt, so you don't need to, like, run back to places and anything, you just
They also appear to give you infinite coconuts.
Yeah, that is another nice thing. They give you infinite crystal coconuts for this, while you're playing this minigame.
So you have infinite time with your limited time.
Yep. So these rings, they're 2D sprites in a 3D world, so, passing through them doesn't really work like they look, because their exact position isn't really being drawn. They're not being drawn in their exact position because they're 2D sprites drawn in a 3D environment.
Right, and so they're always facing you.
Yep. So like
Why
there's some kind of collision box there that's some kind of presumably a little cube in the center of the ring.
That's putting too much. I'm guessing it's just a plane.
Possibly. Well, no, because if it was a plane, I feel like it would be easier to hit. Fortunately, you do have enough time that you can, like, miss a ring and turn back and still a little bit.
Especially because you can turn really well.
Yeah, except if, again, momentum.
Right.
Momentum. Really, you have too much momentum. And just changing directions is so slow with this thing. But fortunately, you can fly backwards. I discovered that right at that precise moment.
Oh, hey, there's Army Kong.
Yeah, there's Funky. So,
flying backwards seems more controllable.
It is, actually. Nice flying, Diddy. Now what can he find as a prize? He didn't even have a prize ready to go. He had to fucking come up with something, and he doesn't even give it to us. He puts it in the middle of the fucking Temple Sun thing. Ornament at the top.
If you
So
stop flying,
because
you're not able to... Okay, and it even stops...
Yeah, it stops giving you the unlimited crystal coconuts
as soon as
as well. So, I saw a couple of temples have shit on top of them that I can fly to, so grab some bananas. And of course, if you land on the roof there, then you stop flying and you have to, grab things. Also, here, it's, there's a pseudo-wall in the air above some of the spots that go between the temples.
Uh-huh.
Like, it stops you from flying across straight, but doesn't quite. It was real fucking weird. Anyway, here's a temple. It's got some things on it. It's got some doors. The doors are all closed. There's some bananas around.
Oh yeah, we're still in the Aztec world.
Yeah, this is Angry Aztec still.
Yeah.
There's some crystal coconuts. There's those headphones. Remember we said there were headphones? If you touch the headphones, you get all of your music recharged to full. They're not a collectible, they're just a thing that sits there and you run through it and you get your stuff back.
Oh, so they're changing the rules on things again.
For exactly that one thing. That is the only thing in the game that works like that. Anyway, I can't do anything with all these doors.
These giant faces.
Yep. So, yeah, this temple is something that I can't do anything with at the moment, other than running around and grab some crystal coconuts and shit. And here's one of the Trophenscoff doors.
Oh.
There's actually, like, there's several Trophenscoff doors throughout each world.
Okay.
Like, so, like, there's a couple of places. They all just go to, like, the same Trophenscoff hub.
Right.
And, like, they don't connect to each other, so you can't, like, teleport between them or anything. But, you can go to the final boss area from a number of places.
Why would they do this?
Because it's rare. Anyway, here's a couple of purple bananas laying around here, so let's just quick fly around and grab them.
And Angry Face Temple.
Yep. All purple bananas in the trees.
Get more saxophone juice. Fall in the sand as you get back.
So,
Alright, she doesn't have a gun yet!
She does not have a gun yet.
Let's go to the armory.
We can't afford a gun, though.
Oh.
We spent all
That's
of
a
our
real
money
bummer,
on
Tiny.
being tiny and saxophone. So, I was thinking about Funky.
Yeah.
So, you know, you were saying that, like, his characterization seemed to have very much changed in this game. That, like, he's a big military man. But I feel like maybe not as much as... It's not as drastic a change as you might think.
Why is that?
Like, considering it a bit more. So, Funky, when we saw him before, he was, like, a kind of laid-back guy, but he was also an inventor. He was a tinkerer.
Was he?
Yeah, he built all of the vehicles in Donkey Kong Country 3.
Oh. I mean, before that, he just ran airplanes. What the
Which
fuck was
presumably
that?
he built, and now we're, here's the blast barrel. This was the first... This was the move that we unlocked for Donkey Kong in the first world, in Jungle Japes. We never actually used it there.
Why?
Yet. But here's a blast barrel segment.
Why did you have to unlock the ability to use these?
Because! It's a pad! You can't just use a pad!
DK.
So, like they said, the key to freeing the llama was in the clouds.
What?
So that random fucking star thing is the key to unlock the cage for the llama.
All I've got is this old banana.
So yeah, anyway, Funky, like I was saying, he built all of the vehicles in Country 3.
Right.
He presumably built the biplane barrel and the jet plane barrel that you flew around in the first two Country games with. So, like, he's always kind of been that tinkerer inventor. And, also, he's never really been, like, a pacifist. He's always been saying, like, oh, the Kremlings are uncool, and by the way, here's Lanky in the Llama Temple. Who's there? Give me a hand!
Okay.
So, yeah, Funky, he's always been, he always said, like, the Kremlings are uncool and, helping you out in fighting them and stopping them. Just,
Right.
Never on the front lines. And then Wrinkly dies.
Ah.
So, Wrinkly Kong was a voice for peace and togetherness in the family. She taught the Kremlings math.
Right.
She tried to reach out. By the way, those the purple claptraps you can't kill with attacks or gun. You can kill them with oranges.
Okay.
Randomly. So yeah, Wrinkly Kong, she was this voice for peace. And I think after she died, especially at the hands of King K. Rool, I think the family as a whole started getting a little bit more just militaristic as a whole. Like, more interested in combat. Because what was the next thing that we saw them doing? Training. New training courses. Junior helping out with all of the weird training courses with Mario and like the Mario dolls and all the Bowser
Rerunning
minions,
all
the
those,
Koopa minions.
old Donkey Kong levels.
So, I think that Funky probably helped build some of, like, the mechanical components of those training areas.
What the hell is going on here?
There's a llama. It's bouncy. The llama's asleep. You can bounce on the llama. It doesn't do anything, but you can. So yeah, Funky as an inventor, he seems like the kind of person, he could, like, he just got into
Guns.
tinkering with guns instead of machines, instead of vehicles. So, I think where that aspect of his personality comes from and where that developed.
Okay.
Is, you know, he's still the Kong family inventor and tinkerer, just now he's moved from vehicles to warfare and weapons because of the death of Wrinkly.
Are you supposed to increase your size here?
So, yeah, you can cancel after going through that little thing. Hey, there's this guy with the blue hair, and there's a number 2 pad back here,
okay,
so that's how you get back here
Get back.
to actually get him. I'm killing him just because he's an enemy, and he attacks, and he would get in the way. So I'm just kind of knocking him out of the way so I can get him.
Remember all those lava-filled Aztec temples in Egypt?
Oh yeah, absolutely. These, you know, desert lava temples that were the Aztecs.
I don't know why they've switched to lava from, like, the quicksand, which is the same exact thing.
I don't know, it is literally the exact same thing, just with a different texture. Okay, no, this is slightly different. There are fireballs popping out of it. They're basically potobos. That's how this is different from sand. Fireballs that basically will not affect you at all.
Because they're off the path.
Because they're not in the path. I'm not even sure if they're like objects that you can collide into.
They certainly don't seem sentient like potobos.
Like, I assume that there are, you know, actual objects that you can collide into and cause damage. But again,
Now,
like, I never do, because they're not really in the way here. Here's a banana.
Donkey Kong has 0 bananas. I guess we're
That's
going back.
all that was in this little area.
Okay, so we've established that Funky Kong going apeshit over guns makes sense. You get it? Because ape.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So why does old Cranky Kong become an inventor with potions and mad science?
So, that is a little... That's something that I haven't made up a bullshit excuse for yet.
Oh.
I think it's just, like... I think Cranky is starting to go senile. And I think, like, the death of his wife has really affected him.
I would like to propose this, theory.
Mm-hmm.
He's going full Frankenstein.
Oh, yeah.
Like...
Maybe Cranky's influence. Maybe he did something, and that's the only reason why Wrinkly's spirit is still hanging around.
Yeah, it was only a partial success.
That's why she's resigned to whatever pocket dimension all of those doors lead to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, we can play the bongos and wake up the llama.
So, this implies that playing the guitar, or the saxophone, or even the bongos next to the llama would not be enough.
By the way, when a llama spits in lava, it turns into water.
Yeah, that's just biblical. You heard that? That one's like Luke 7:14 or something.
So anyway, right under here, we've got Lanky's cage, and it's just a coconut switch to open it up. And
That's not
got
the
my
coconut.
buttons. My fingers got a little messed up with the buttons. Instead of C up to zoom in, and then Z and C left to pull out the gun, I hit Z up. So, it's a cool move, Donkey. He's getting at some fresh air, but he gets blue bananas. Blue bananas are even more sickly than purple, I think.
Yeah, purple at least exists in nature as like iodine, which you still don't want on bananas, but blue?
Like,
Oh, there's a...
There's a couple of blue balloons back here, by the way, so you're gonna need to come into this area with Lanky.
Uh-huh.
You know, after he teleported the fuck out.
Thanks, Lanky. Whoever the hell you are.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell Lanky's connection is. Hell, even in the manual, Cranky, who is, of course, the voice of the manual, doesn't know who the fuck Lanky is. He thinks he's some distant cousin or something? He's certainly not, like, directly related to anyone here.
I guess because the Kongs are going to war, they're calling in all the extended family.
And, I mean, Lanky's an orangutan. We've seen orangutans before. They were called Mankey. They were exiles. So I'm wondering if Lanky is somehow related to the Mankey, or the Mankeys. Maybe Lanky is, like, one of the Mankeys who came back, who've made amends somehow.
Well, if it follows that after the death of Wrinkly? I keep forgetting her name. I want to say grandma. What's Orangutan?
Orangutan! Palmus Walkum! This is Lanky's first move that he unlocks.
It would be better if it was Palmus Walkus.
Yeah.
That would actually sound Latin.
Anyway, this lets you get up steep slopes. You hold Z and press B.
14?
Yeah. And you keep Z held to keep the handstand going. And that lets you get up steep slopes. So you remember there was that steep slope in Jungle Japes that had a door on top
Turns
of it?
out all you needed to do was
open?
do a handstand.
This helps you keep your balance on slopes somehow.
That doesn't make any goddamn sense.
No, it does not. This is what it looks like. You can just do it anytime, of course. It doesn't, like, cost you anything. Also, this is what Lanky's attacks look like.
So he has long-range melee attacks.
Yep.
Because he has got lanky arms.
Also, he says "Opla" when he jumps sometimes.
Opla?
Opla! I have no idea what the fuck.
That's not the sound an orangutan makes.
No, it is not. Not at all.
So, yeah, again, if the Kong family is doing their hyper training and maybe even collecting farm members for Wrinkly's funeral, maybe the Mankeys were allowed to come back for that.
By the way, Lanky cannot pick up this golden banana because that's one of Donkey's bananas. That was the one the llama left. So, yeah.
You can't pick up...
you can only pick up 5 bananas each. Also, here I found out that Donkey has an undocumented roll attack if you hold Z and press B while running.